Just recently, I uploaded a video about the AOY-36RC, which is a cheap entry-level real shock, in which video I went over the specs such as measurements, weights, and options. If you haven't had the chance to watch it and would like to know more about this shock, click this link in the corner. In today's video, I am going over the installation, and first thing first, I am removing the factory shock the XR-Pro came with. After I got it out, I realized how heavy it is, and yes, you already know it, I must check the weight. And here you have it, guys. With the factory screws, you're actually looking at 534 grams. However, though, the new one that's about to be installed with still the same screws, you're looking at 343 grams. To me, that's 191 grams, and it's not bad at all. Now, before I jump into mounting the shock, I must make sure of the direction it needs to face. And of course, if I were to install it facing the rear, it would have been almost impossible to me to get access to the knobs and the lever. Now, one thing I should point out is that your bike may have a different design, so please make sure that you install it in a way that you will have, free access to everything. Now that I know where I want it to face, I am making sure that the holes will be aligned. Next step will be to figure out how to fill in the empty space between the shock and the bike. And yep, this is where the spacers come in. Since I have a Mongoose XR-Pro, I will be using the long metal hanger and two of the longest spacers. Of course, for your bike, it may be different because, each manufacturer has its own design. And again, still talking about my bike, the bottom part of the shock fits perfectly. Since the shock came with a short hanger and small spacers already pre-installed, I must take all of them out so I can, mount this. And just so you know, a flathead screwdriver for the spacers and a plier to pull out the hanger did the job perfectly. The new hanger will slide back in just like so. Once the bottom part is in place, it is very easy to take care of the top. And for some reason, guys, it was somehow twisted. I don't know what happened. Luckily, I only had to twist it back to align it with the holes. As I was editing this video, I've actually realized that I used an old spacer by mistake. I actually felt too lazy to reshoot the scene, so trust me, you'll live. I'm not worried. Now, referring to the manual, and since I am only 240 pounds, yes, 240 pounds, I will need to pump the main chamber up to 165 psi, and the bottom part will be up to 75 pounds. Obviously, this is just as a reference, considering that, your setup may be different or you may not like it. Anyways, again, this is just as a reference. Now, after pumping the bottom chamber to the desired psi, I realized that it quickly lost the pressure. I make sure the pump is properly attached to the valve. Then I tried it again. Well, the same thing happened. Then I remember having read several complaints online about how the shock kept losing pressure. Well, it didn't take long to realize what the issue was. Actually, there was none. I waited until the gauge stopped dropping, then I pumped it up again. Then I realized every time I do that, it drops to a higher PSI. So I kept going until it dropped to 75. Oh, by the way, it has been 3 weeks since I shot this video, and I'm happy to say the gauge still reads about 75 psi. So technically there's no leak. Now, the main chamber had no issue at all. However, though, I was just shocked to realize just now that my pump could only go up to 150 psi when I needed to pump the main chamber to 165. I'll just leave it like it is. 150, that's where I can go. Well, you got it, guys. That's it for today. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please click the like button and remember to subscribe. Oh, actually, wait before I go. Did any of you spot the SR Sun Tool box in the beginning of the video? Well, stay tuned for more. Once again, thank you for watching.